Talk about your thoughts on your opponent, man. I mean, this is probably one of the top guys you've ever faced, right?
Florian, yeah, he's a tough guy. Again, I've had a lot of guys who are tough, so I'm pumped to have him, and that was the guy who I asked for, and that's who I want.
You talk about why? Why do you want him?
Well, obviously, if I could have gone for the belt, I would have took that. But between him, maybe Penn, or the belt, I'm happy with either three of them.
Talk about that. I mean, you beat Frankie Edgar before, and then BJ gets the immediate rematch. Does that bother you? Do you feel like you should have had a shot?
That was a close fight, and that's, he's a draw. He's a big draw, so if it makes dollars, it makes sense, right?
That's true. Does it make you regret that? I know, like, before when, Frankie kind of passed you up, you said, hey, no big deal, it's okay, I understand. In retrospect now, do you think maybe it wasn't so cool?
Just that he was, I got done in January, so I would have had to jump right back into camp like the next week. So I think they already knew that it was him, which I can understand. When I had a scope done on my knee, it's all timing, man, and he had the timing.
Did you kind of see the writing?
I can't blame people, I can't say, there's a lot of work that goes into all this media, and they want to be prepared for it.
Were you watching that fight in Abu Dhabi?
No, I watched it after, actually.
You watched it after?
Yeah.
How long after?
A couple days, but I got texts like craziness.
But I mean, you didn't. When you watched it, they still hadn't announced that the rematch was going to be on.
No.
So when you watched it, were you kind of thinking? Did you see the writing on the wall? Did you like, man, they're gonna, since this was a close fight, or did you think that you still had a shot to kind of get in there with Frankie?
Oh no, I don't look too deep into stuff. It's just kind of like, I know it's a close fight, whatever, we'll see what happens. And that's what happened, and that's all right. I'm all right. I got Florian. That's all I care about.
A couple months ago, you mentioned that you wanted the winner of Florian and Gomi.
Yeah.
Did you think it would be Florian that you'd be fighting?
I knew it was going to be Florian.
Why is that?
Gomi's, he was really good. I think the game's kind of changed up a lot. The top guys, so I think Gomi, if he can't, that crazy punch, he doesn't really, not much there to offer, so a plan and kind of easy guy to beat, if you have a plan.
Where do you feel like Kenny's most dangerous at? I mean, people talk about his elbows, people talk about his striking, but he's got a lot of submission wins lately. Where do you feel like he's most dangerous and presents the most problems for you?
He's good all around, Problems? I don't really think there's any problems for me. That's just kind of how I take it.
You think
there's a lot of problems for him, though?
So you got to kind of have that mindset, though, right?
Yeah. If you have time to prepare, I'll take anyone. I'll fight anyone. I believe I'll win.
You've been in there with, Miller, Diaz, Clemente. All those guys have great submission games, too. I mean, do you feel like he compares favorably to those guys? Better, worse?
Yeah, it's about even, You got Nate and stuff like that. They're all good. You just train and you plan, and it should be no problem.
A few fights ago, you kind of said, I don't know if I'm ready for a title shot. You weren't in a rush, Now it's been a while, Do you feel like you're ready now? I mean, obviously, if you get this win, it's got to be you. Do you feel like now that you're physically, mentally prepared for that shot?
I'm ready for Florian. I'm definitely ready for Florian, and then after that, I would love the chance, but I got to take care of Florian first. You know, and that was the problem. It's like, great, you got to call out the belt, and I had Nate. How am I gonna look past Nate? That's a dangerous fight, you know. And Florian, that guy too, you know. Got to be careful, and I got to be prepared for him.
I read in an interview that you actually texted Joe, and after you knew that Frankie had won, you texted him and said that was a fight you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, of course you would love the chance at a belt, you know, but you know, Florian, it's a good fight for me too.
Was that tough for you to do though? Because you know you seem like a guy who doesn't ask for anything. So I mean, what prompted you to send Joe a text in that specific instance?
That's my main dream and goal in life right now. So, you know, that's pretty easy to ask for that. You know, but I got Florian.
You guys have worked out together before, right? But has it been quite a while?
Florian came in here a couple years ago. So.
Does that help you prepare at all, or has it just been so long that it doesn't even matter?
Gym's a gym, you know, and if you're trying to like, okay, I won against this guy beat me, and you're stressed about that, then you shouldn't be fighting, you know. It's a place to train, and then, you know, then it's time for the show.
How do you think Kenny's wrestling ability stacks up to you? Do you think he'll be able to keep you from taking him down if that's what you want to do?
I don't think anybody can keep me from taking him down. I mean, it might be a little tough, but, you know, it's all right. I like a challenge.
Obviously, BJ, you know, dominated that fight really well. I mean, did you take anything from that one, or just you have a different style than him? So
you know, I see Florian, and when it's going good, he's, you know, moving around, dancing, you know, and he got cracked pretty hard. He changed his plan up really quick, you know, so that points out to me, like, all right, well, I'm prepared for, you know, 3 rounds or 5, you know, tough one. You know, I hope he is too.